Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 365 of our 365-day challenge to do one thing every day that improves us in some way. Today we are celebrating, I feel like I should have a confetti gun or something and be shooting confetti, that we made it through our entire challenge, all 365 days. I don't know if you did or not. Maybe you missed a day here and there, and that's all right, because every day that we participate, every day that we show up in our life, helps us to become a better version of ourselves. Today, just like every other day for this month, we are having two questions. This is Q31, the end of the month, the end of the year, the last day of the year. I don't know about you, but I like to reflect on the last day of the year and think about things that went well for me, things that I didn't do particularly well, the lessons that I can take from that so that I can move forward. So today, our first question is, let me grab my magnifying glass one last time so I can see what it has to say. Is there a meaning to life? Do you believe that there's a meaning to life, a purpose for our life? And I did a little research with that I was thinking about sharing in Supersize Your Business, but maybe I'll do them here, and I'll share 12 steps to the meaning to life after I share our second question. Our second question today is, what are you, nobody else, not anybody else around you, you personally most grateful for this year? What is something that you are just delighted and so grateful for? Our idiom today for Supersize Your Business is, the best things in life are free. And I'm curious to find out the thing that you're most grateful for, and what did that actually monetarily cost you? Did it cost you any money at all? And I'm thinking that I'm most grateful for my kids and my grandkids. And there's twisted ways to be negative and think about, oh, it cost me so much to raise my kids or my grandkids, yada, yada, yada. But that's not got anything to do with it. The reason I'm most grateful for them is because they are the most incredible human beings in the world, and I love them with all of my heart, and way, way more, as my daughter used to say when she was a little girl, and she still says sometimes. But love doesn't cost us anything, right? Our feelings don't cost us any money. We have them automatically. It's like our internal guidance system. We have that. It doesn't cost us anything to use it. So why do so many of us forget to use it? Me included. Sometimes I forget to pay attention to, what are my core values? What are my goals? Well, I pretty much always have my goals in mind, but my core values, and to filter all of my choices and my options through that, because then it makes decision making and things so much easier. So what are you most grateful for? And do you believe that there's a meaning to life? What is the meaning of life to you? And if you don't know what your purpose or your passion or your meaning of life is, I found a cool article about 12 tips or steps to find the meaning of your life. And I think it was written for kids graduating from high school, because talk about a confusing time. I know when I graduated for high school, I thought I wanted to do or study one of 3 or 4 things, and then I ended up changing my major and studying like 12 different things. I went to college for a long time, much to my family's dismay on occasion, but for the most part, I was after a well-rounded education that would help give me a foundation so that I could own and operate my own business someday, or businesses someday, which is exactly what ended up happening. So although I spent more time in college than most people do, with the exception of my youngest sister, and I'm sure actually a lot of people, but it served me well as a foundation for confidence and the ability to go out and create the things I wanted to create in the world. At least that's the way I choose to look at it. Not sure other people would still choose to look at it that way. So what are 12 steps to finding the meaning of your life, or the meaning of my life? Number 1, I definitely need my magnifying glass for this list. Learn about happiness. Learn about happiness, because I'm going to tell you, as old as I am now, the one thing that I've really figured out is that we decide how happy we're going to be. Stuff's going to happen to us, good and bad, all the time, and it's up to us to learn about happiness, choose what makes us happy, and choose happiness more often than not. I was thinking about, as I was getting cleaned up this morning and getting dressed, I was thinking about, well, has this been a good year or a bad year? And I kind of stopped myself, because I realized I can find enough bad to convince myself it was a bad year, but I can find way more good to prove to myself that it's been a fantastic year. So it's up to us to study and learn about happiness, because that's one of the fastest, easiest ways to find the meaning of our life and of your life. Number 2, let your talents lead to new opportunities, new growth. Focus on the things that you're good at. Focus on your strengths. Definitely talked about this year. Number 3, make connections with people that you have common interests with. Guess what? Do the things you love. Find people that love to do those things too, and look for the opportunities. And number 1, even if you just have, why am I numbering things today? Even if you just have common relationships based on hobbies and things, it makes us happier and makes us more easily tap into what the meaning of our life is. Number 4, set clear, challenging goals. So set goals. We've talked about that. Next year's challenge is going to be all about achieving and getting what we want, getting our goals. I'm going to structure that. I haven't got it all structured out yet, but that's what the topic is going to be. Do one thing every day that moves you toward your goals or helps you obtain your goals. I got to get a tagline, and I have to figure out what I want to call it and what our overarching message is. Basically, it's about achieving your goals and getting what you want, what's important to you. How do we do that? By becoming the best version of ourselves, by being clear about what we want and what our goals are. Number 5, follow your internal compass when decision making. Decision making becomes really, really easy, and people are probably screaming, it's not easy how to make decisions, but it really is. If you listen to your head, listen to your heart, and listen to your intuition, and follow what those 3 things show you, decision making is really, really easy. And do you have to really consciously tap into all 3 every time you make a decision? No. A lot of times you can just do it automatically. The vast majority of decisions we make are automatic because our subconscious already teaches us to do what keeps us safe and do what we've done in the past or learn from the things that we've done in the past. It automatically works for us if we let it. But we all also have our gut instinct, our intuition, our connection to source, whatever you want to call it, that helps us to make decisions too. Decision making is just like any other skill or any muscle. The more you exercise it, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Number 6, help others when you can. Whenever you have the opportunity to help other people, help other people. Why? It makes the world a better place, and it makes you a better human being and makes you feel better. Anything that makes us feel better, we should do more of. Number 7, listen to inspirational materials for increasing energy and making you feel better. And making the world a better place, right? The more positive energy we put into our lives, the more positive energy we give out, the better the planet is. Number 8, commit to something you've always wanted to do. Okay, I'm 62 years old. I've always wanted to be able to paint. Now, this might be unrealistic given my visual, my ability to not see very well, but I always wanted to do that. So maybe this year, I'm not committing to it. I'm just saying maybe this year, that's something I should explore. Maybe I should take some online courses where everybody's going to see if my stuff's terrible or not. Or maybe I should take a class and sign up for a community class on drawing or painting or something. We'll see. Again, I have to be realistic with my visual limitations. I finally gave up on trying to play tennis, a couple decades ago. I tried for at least a decade because it was something I loved to do. But then I realized if you can't see out of one eye and you have no depth perception, it's not very fun to play anymore. So get a lot of exercise because you run around a lot, but you also swing a lot and miss, and that gets really demoralizing sometimes to some of us that used to be able to do something well. Number 9, practice self-care. How many times have we talked about taking care of yourself in this year's challenge? I would think at least 100 times we've talked about self-care, or at least 100 times out of 365 days, self-care in some way, shape, or form has come up and been discussed. Number 10, change up your routine. Try a new activity. Try doing something else. Try something new. I like to do and change up silly things like how I brush my teeth. I know that sounds silly, but if I brush my teeth in a different way, all of a sudden the neural pathways that I've created to this is how I brush my teeth change, and it opens up other possibilities for me. I know. Who would think that's related at all? Number 11, take breaks. I thought it said take reads. Take breaks and look after your physical and mental well-being. Again, with self-care, if we don't take care of ourselves physically, and I'm a huge example, a warning, not an example. I was a very bad example, and then I dropped dead. Therefore, I was a huge warning, and I still am, of what not to do, because life is a lot easier if you don't have a death experience in it. And number 12, finally, consider if something is missing from your environment or your life. If something is missing, what are you going to do? Your first task is to go out and figure out how you're going to bring that thing into your life. If you're missing love or relationships, I'm going to sneeze. Cold medicine. Figure out how could you bring that into your life, because when you go searching for that, that helps you discover the meaning of your life. So, love to know meaning of your life. What is the meaning of your life? Do you know, or is it something you're going to explore over the next years? We're setting goals together and achieving the goals, not just setting them, but getting what we want. And or what are you most grateful for this year? Again, I am most grateful for the people I love and care about in my life. I actually am wearing today, with the exception of my underwear, yes, that is my own, something that was gifted to me, everything, right? My fingernails. My daughter and I went and got her nails done yesterday. That was a Christmas gift for me. My mom made this beautiful bracelet. My sister gave me these earrings. My other sister gave me this top. My other sister gave me this necklace. My daughter bought me my jeans. What else have I got? My socks were a gift from my mom as well. So it's fun to be grateful for all of the things that came into my life that did not cost me any money. And that's what we're talking about when we say the best things in life are free. We're going to talk about that next in Supersize Your Business. If I can help you in any way, if you've got any questions about this year's challenge, this past year's challenge, or about the upcoming challenge, just please message me, direct message me, or Voxer me. You're welcome to Voxer me today. I'm not a go out and celebrate the new year person. It's my day for planning and plotting what I'm going to get into next year. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.